So this is attempt number 3. I'm testing live stream technology with a GoPro Hero 12 connected to my phone using the Quick app, the GoPro Quick app, to connect to YouTube. That's how this is working. And I've done 2 live streams already, but both of them got cut off because here in Port Dickson, when you get down near the waterfront, for whatever reason, it's a dead zone for mobile internet. And I guess I just lost my connection to the network. But there appears to be a problem with GoPros. I mean, hold on to your hat. You know, it's not like I'm announcing big news, you know, problems with a GoPro. That's practically a problem is almost synonymous with GoPro, it seems. But there seems to be a deeply embedded problem with GoPros in that when the live stream fails, it fails on my phone. So the phone is no longer connected to YouTube, but somehow they don't tell GoPro that. So on this latest live stream, it ended after 10 minutes, but I kept talking for another 30 minutes. I went all up and down the waterfront. I was talking about the shops and all the kids flying kites, and I go into McDonald's, and I'm talking and talking and talking because on the GoPro, the red lights are flashing. If I turn on the screen, it says live. It says I'm live on, it's a live stream. Everything is fine on the GoPro, but if it fails on the phone, the live stream ends, but the GoPro just keeps going, and it doesn't tell me that the live stream has a problem and that it ended. So I checked online, I did some research into some forums and asking my AI buddies when I was at McDonald's, and they says, yeah, that's a known problem with GoPro, with their live streaming, that when the live stream fails, the GoPro doesn't indicate that it failed. So the only way to know is to keep staring at your phone. So it's like I'd have to mount my phone along with everything else on my bike. And I don't normally do that, but I guess for live streaming, now I have to find a mount for my phone, and I mount it here because the GoPro basically doesn't tell me that the live stream failed. So now I'm putting my phone away, you know, I'm putting it in my pocket. Well, I do have a little compartment here, a little bag. Let me try this just for fun. I'm going to take my phone, make sure the screen is on, and I'll slide it into this compartment on my bicycle. I don't normally do this, so I don't even doing anything on a bicycle, you know, you kind of need 2 hands, and when you're GoProing, live streaming, you don't have 2 hands anymore. Anyway, well, maybe that'll work. I put my phone in this little bag on my bike. I can monitor the live stream down there. So if it ends, I should be able to figure it out. Anyway, let's go for a little bike ride. Oops, let me get my GoPro lined up. I started the live stream here because I'm right outside of Paklang Kopitiam, and I remember they had really strong internet in this part of Port Dickson. So I'm hoping the live continue. Yeah, I mentioned in the previous live stream that I watched a short documentary about Port Dickson on the YouTube channel 10C Films, and one of the places they featured was this hotel behind me, and I'm really curious about this place myself. It says Arang Inn, and they have a door there that's open. I've always wanted to go in and find out, like, is it a hotel? Could you stay there? How old is it? You know, what's the history? But yeah, this is one of the old buildings of Port Dickson that they featured in their documentary. Let me turn my GoPro around so it's facing outwards for you. And yeah, bustling Port Dickson on Thaipusam weekend. If I was in KL, I suppose I might have gone out to Batu Caves for Thaipusam. I did that 2 years ago. Had quite an interesting experience, an exhausting experience, but an interesting one nonetheless. So yeah, you don't go to caves for Thaipusam casually. If you're going to go there, you're all in for a very big and a very intense experience. So just for fun, I'm going to take some time in Port Dickson in the past, and I figure I'm this way through the back streets. Yeah, just through here, I guess. Oh no, I've never actually come this way before. That's all right. There's a very old traditional mosque here on my left, and then up ahead, yeah, there's a large Hindu temple. Oh wait, we kind of went past it already. No. Yeah, this is the Masjid Lama Port Dickson. That's I have to turn my bike around to show it to you. Yeah, I don't really know the history of it, but I met a man here who he sells some lotions, or it's like a food spice, some sort of a liquid in a bottle outside of the restaurants here, and he told me that he lives here at the mosque. They let him stay in a room basically for free, and then he works at the mosque. He does chores for them, cleaning. So that's how I know about this mosque. And looking down at my phone, the live stream still seems to be working. So I guess this is kind of a workaround. That even if I don't know from the GoPro whether the live stream is still working or not, I can look at my phone and monitor it that way. But here is the Hindu temple that I was talking about. But it's not dedicated to Lord Murugan, so I don't think they would have a big Thaipusam procession with Kadavi and the ceremonies and all the rituals. It probably wouldn't take place here. So I didn't go out looking for that celebration here in Port Dickson. There might be a Lord Murugan temple in this area, but I don't know where it might be. But this is one of the back streets of Port Dickson, away from the waterfront. Much quieter here. And we'll see whether I can maintain an internet connection or not. And I guess it's possible that when I was down at the waterfront, there were hundreds of people there, and maybe all of them were connected to the internet, and that kind of diluted the signal, maybe, and that's why I lost the connection. Oh yeah, I forgot about that. It was Port Dickson here. They have a lot of dogs, a surprising number of dogs, like domestic, and then these street dogs, like gangs of them. It's quite a big gang in this neighborhood, I remember. And they never really chased me. I usually run away like that fellow ahead of me now. But yeah, he's part of this big group of dogs. They all seem to be related, same colorings. Yeah, you don't usually see that many dogs in Malaysia, but Port Dickson has a surprising number of them. It's okay, buddy. I'm not chasing you. I think I remember that one. It was a very young puppy. last time I saw it. Very steep hill here. And in my previous video, I showed this neighborhood because KY's house is right over the hill up ahead. And that's where my bicycle was in storage. So this is where I got my bicycle. I can tell my legs are not in good shape at all. Even this short ride, going up this short, steep hill, I can feel my legs getting tired. Yeah, check out this building here. It's another temple, a temple complex. I forget the name of it though. Beautiful building. It's not generally open though. It's not like a temple where you can go inside and look around. And there's another sort of a community center for the Chinese community. They have a lot of activities here. Yeah, I had no reason to go up this hill. I just went up this hill so I could go down the other side, basically. But yeah, this is KY's house right here. So this is where my bicycle was in storage for a long time. And I just picked it up. And as I showed in the other house where I stayed in Port Dickson was just down this hill. And if I make any noise while I go down this hill, the local dogs are going to start barking at me. Let's see if I can sneak through. None of them saw me or heard me. I'm like a ghost in the wind. But yeah, right here, this is my other, I should say was my other home in Port Dickson for a short while. I don't think anybody's living there anymore. The house is sitting empty, I think. But I think family may come here on the weekends, stay here as a weekend retreat from their main home. Yeah, Port Dickson is surprisingly industrial as well. You probably can't see it, but we're looking straight ahead at an oil refinery district. You can make out a big pipe smokestack out there. If you head in that direction, you'll find acres and acres of industrial oil refineries and where they process oil and make all kinds of different products. And then right across the road here is a power plant. Took me a long time to figure out what this place was, but it's a giant power plant for making electricity, which is why they have all of these huge electrical towers. Yeah, anyway, I just went through these side streets just to show a little bit of the behind the scenes of Port Dickson. And right here, I'll be linking up with the main road and following the main road back to, as I talked about before. I thought this hotel was like in right downtown Port Dickson, but it turned out it's a few kilometers north of the city, its actual location. And the rooms are okay. I've been getting it for about 48 ringgit per night. I find it on Agoda. That's as cheap as it gets. But it can go up as high as like 90 ringgit a night, depending on when you book it. So yeah, here we are down at the main street. You got to be careful crossing this road. Traffic moves a lot faster than you'd think. And coming around a corner in that direction. Yeah, I was just about to go, but then that red car came zipping around the corner. All right, breaking the traffic. Here we go. I can't really see the screen on my phone because of the bright sun. It's sitting inside a little case with a plastic covering, so it's supposed to be transparent. And one of my big adventures in Port Dickson so far is that I learned how to use my touch and go Visa card. So I've been using e-wallets quite a bit. Malaysian e-wallet, touch and go, and Indonesian e-wallet, GoPay, learning how to use it. And with a touch and go in Malaysia, you also get a transit card, like a touch and go, like it's like a transportation card. You can use it for paying for rides on the MRT and KTM trains and the rapid KL buses. But now you can also get a touch and go prepaid Visa card. And I didn't really know much about how to use it, but I have been figuring it out. And the one thing I wanted to learn was how to do PayWave, because this touch and go prepaid Visa card, it's not a credit card, but you can use it anywhere in the world that Visa is accepted. So this card can be used throughout the entire Visa global network, and that includes PayWave. And I've never done it before in my life. I've never used like tap and go with any kind of a card before, and I wasn't sure it would work. I tried to do it in Indonesia, but it failed all the time. I couldn't find any place that had like the NFC technology. But I went into a 7-Eleven here in Port Dickson, and I did some research beforehand, and I found they had a terminal there that had the curved circles that indicate NFC, like connectivity. So I just tried it out the other day. I bought some milk, of course, and then when I went in there to buy the milk, I just, instead of using my smartphone and the touch and go app for them to scan my QR code, I just took the touch and go Visa card out of my wallet, put it on the scanner, and it beeped, and then the payment was automatic. So you don't even have to use your phone anymore. You don't even have to scan a QR code. They don't have to scan your QR code. You just touch the card to the terminal, wait for the beep, and then the payment is deducted from your touch and go e-wallet balance. It's very, very cool. So I'm quite excited about that. That's been one of my adventures here in Port Dickson. I should stop and show you guys something here. Yeah, you can see. I was talking about how they have a big oil refinery here, a big industry, and this dock up ahead, that is where the big oil tankers, they connect there, and they offload crude oil, or they get pumped full of other oil to take somewhere else. Who knows what all they do. But all these ships out here, yeah, you can tell you're in a really industrial area. And there's my other hotel. That's where I was going to stay, the Seafront Hotel. And it's not a great location. They advertise itself as being, you know, on the sea, giving you a beautiful view of the sunset. And I guess it does, but it's not like there's a beautiful beach. This is the only beach here, and it's not very pleasant here, but you are on the water. But as I said, their prices went way up. It was, I couldn't get it any less than 90 ringgit a night, something like that. And the rooms aren't worth 90 ringgit a night. It's all kind of old and broken down. I have to try to double check my phone. Yeah, I think it's still I think we're still live streaming. What an adventure. More technology in my life. So, we're not that far away from my new hotel. It's really just right around the corner up ahead. And when I first came to, the first day that I arrived in Port Dickson, I noticed they were having a big celebration at a Buddhist temple up ahead, and they set up a lot of giant incense sticks that were burning, and they had a stage where they were putting on performances. So I walked down there with my cameras on the first day, and I took some video, just B-roll kind of video. And I went down to this beach. There's a sign up ahead, Pantai Tanjung Gemok. It's where the sea turtles go. Yeah, right here is where they were having the big performance. This there's a Buddhist temple here, and you see that tent. They have a stage there, and a traveling troupe came here to put on a performance, and you can still see a few incense sticks there that haven't been burning yet. Whew. Is my GoPro still running? Yep, GoPro's still running. I noticed that there was a hotel here. I'll turn my bike around. Now, I always have to move my bike in order to point the camera in different directions. I noticed this hotel, Tanjung. Oh, there it is, Rumah Tampangan Homestay. So I tried to find out whether I could stay there, but it's one of these places where you just have to contact them through WhatsApp. The door is locked, and you have to get their phone number, and you have to call them, and I guess Malaysians know how to do that really easily. But for me, it's too much trouble. So when I see that, I just ride away and look for a different hotel where there's actually a front desk. I guess if those hotels that have no staff were cheaper, then I would still try to figure out how to contact the owner. But they're usually more expensive than the other places. So there's no advantage to going to the places that have no staff, and you have to arrange it through WhatsApp. So far, I think the Wi-Fi connectivity is better out here. It's just down by the waterfront where it doesn't work. So there's all the incense sticks and the temple. I can still smell the fire. It's still burning a little bit down there. I can smell the smoke. And that building right up ahead, it's kind of a strip mall. That's where my hotel is located. And maybe I'll go into 7-Eleven and I'll buy something, a cold drink, and I'll try to pay for it with my Touch and Go Visa card. And you can see it in action. Try to keep the live stream going. One good thing about the live stream setup is that even if the live stream disconnects and the live stream isn't working anymore, the video is still being recorded on the GoPro. So I end up with 2 copies of it. One copy is uploaded to YouTube automatically, but a backup copy is being saved to the SD card on the GoPro. So even if the live stream fails and I'm talking for another 30 minutes with a dead live stream, at least all of that is being recorded on video, just so I could edit it on my laptop like a normal video. It's not like the video is completely lost. So essentially there could be 2 versions of it on my YouTube channel, a live stream version, and then I could upload a second copy as a regular video, do a little bit of editing and put it together. So here I am. busy here too. Yeah, look at this. Parking lot completely full. There's 7-Eleven. And right here is there's my hotel, the Gemilang Star Hotel. It's not a bad place if you can get it at a good price. I wouldn't pay any more than 40 or 50 ringgit if you can get that price. So this is me. Just have to lock up my bicycle. Yeah, it's not a very strong lock, but if a professional bike thief comes along, yeah, there's really no lock is going to stand up to a professional bike thief. They can cut open any lock. But yeah, so I've been babbling away on this live stream for 27 minutes. My phone is really hot. The screen, it doesn't turn off like on the live stream, so it's still on. But if I'm going to put this in my pocket, I think I need to turn the screen off. And one good thing about my broomstick technology is that because I have the broomstick, I can also connect this, like I just clamp this to the broomstick when I'm not using it. Clip that to my pocket. And now when I go into 7-Eleven, I'm just going to take that GoPro and attach it here. So I have hands free. So just connect this here. And now, yeah, so there's my bike and where I lock it up. And the card I was talking about, this is what it looks like. A touch and go Visa card. And I didn't know anything about this, but the white lines there, you see the curved lines? That means it has NFC contactless connectivity. So I can use this just by tapping it on the scanner. So let's go into 7-Eleven and show you how that works. Oh, this is quite interesting. I've been having a lot of burgers from here. Hello. This is my regular burger guy. And I came here the very first night I was here, and I got a burger, and I ate it in my room, and I reacted like, wow, this is so much better than the usual Ramly burgers that I get in Kuala Lumpur. It had like fresh tomato slices, fresh onion slices. It was just much better. The sauce was better, it was bigger. And then I realized it actually isn't a Ramly burger. It is the competitor to Ramly, OTAI. I don't know how you say that, Otai burger, but I guess they are sort of a competitor to Ramly burger. They look, pretty much the same, and they're halal burgers, and the pricing is the same. But yeah, so they have their own sauce, the chili Otai. And to be honest, I'll probably come back here a little bit later after I take a shower and the sun goes down a bit, and I'm probably, oh, look at that. Oh, I asked him the other day, like, do you have touch and go? And he said no, but I just noticed there's a DuitNow code there now. Maybe they put it up, but there you go. So yeah, it also accepts touch and go. The other day he told me no, I can't use it here, but apparently I can. I never saw that before. Anyway, let's head into 7-Eleven. And every time I do this, when I'm testing Touch and Go and GoPay, I'm always getting milk. But this time I think I'm going to switch things up, and I'm going to get vanilla Coke. Is that vanilla Coke over there? Oh no, that's A&W. Oh, okay. Maybe we can get a can of vanilla Coke. So good. So let's see how easy it is to pay for this with my card connected to my Touch and Go e-wallet. Yeah, I'm learning all of this for the first time. Like, I didn't even know what that symbol meant, but it's the same. So, card. You just put the card here, and it beeps.
Okay.
And that's it. Thank you. So yeah, how easy was that? And in a live stream, you get to see all the behind the scenes of Planet Doug. This is what you normally don't see. I have to set this up before I sit down, and then I use the quick release mount, put it there. Ooh. And then I can come around here and just keep recording. And I suppose I'm worried I'm going to turn off the live stream by accident. But there is a button here where I can view the live stream, and if I do that, then I should be able to see if there is any messages. Oh yeah, there's a few. So while I sit here, these are going back way in time. The people who left these comments, they're probably not even watching anymore, but I'll zip through them anyway. Oh, so good, ice cold, so nice. So Mr. Watermelon asks, this is an e-bike or you need to pedal yourself? No, it's not an e-bike. I bought this bike in 1999, and back in those days, mountain bikes were just sort of taking over the market, and this one was marketed as a combination mountain bike, touring bike. So it was like what they called a hybrid. But yeah, I have to pedal that bike. It's not an e-bike, it's just a regular mountain bike, basically. Dominik Schwind, he writes, the video quality is amazing for a live stream. Well, that's good to hear. I think I mentioned before that the resolution for the live stream, it tops off at 1080p. So you can't go any higher than 1080p. And if you have a good enough internet connection, then you can live stream at 1080p. And today is the perfect day for a GoPro because it's such a bright, sunny day. You know, that's when you get the best exposure, the best colors from an action camera. Tom Cam says, hi Doug. Hi Tom. And Tamasi65, good to see Sumatra adventurer Doug on his bike again. Yeah, it feels great to be on the bike, it really does. As soon as I don't have the bicycle, like when I was in Banda Aceh, it really felt like my legs had been cut off because I'm not accustomed to always summoning a grab or always getting on a bus or always getting a taxi or a baycheck. I'd like the freedom of a bicycle where, yeah, within a city, you can just go anywhere you want. And Matrazi8965. Hi Doug, I love Planet Doug. Well, thank you very much. These comments look like they're pretty up to date. CS Chua, he writes, yup, any place that has a wave payment handheld will be able to support the TNG Visa card. More convenient than having to use the phone. Places like supermarkets and KK will have the Wave terminal. Yeah, I didn't know about this. This was all brand new to me because in the past, when I had my own Visa credit card, I assume I could do PayWave, but I've never done it, not once in my entire life. So when I got my Touch and Go prepaid Visa card, I never knew about PayWave. I didn't even know it was a possibility. And, yeah, I just never figured it out until basically 2 days ago. So I'm pretty excited about that. Oh, another drink. So good. I'm assuming the live chat is still working. Conscious Mind 998, he writes, is the traffic heavy at PD since it's a holiday? Yeah, the traffic here is really, really heavy. Down by the waterfront, absolutely jammed. All the parking is taken, kind of gridlock, slow-moving traffic jams all through the waterfront area. This parking lot outside my hotel, completely full. Yeah, a lot of traffic. And I guess tomorrow, Monday, is also a holiday. So it's going to be busy here for another couple of days. Tom Cam, he writes, Daniel live stream finished, and now Doug is live. So people who are following Daniel, he does live streaming quite often. And I join a lot of his live streams as well. And if somebody is watching Daniel's live stream, and then I start one. Now I'm competing with Daniel for his live stream audience, but I'm not doing anything nearly exciting as what Daniel is doing, because he's riding his bike through Bali right now, like cycling every day, like a real adventure. So go watch his live stream. More interesting than mine, I think. I'm just doing live stream testing. Mode K 2299 asks, how long does the GoPro battery last for live streaming? Well, that's a good question. For this one, I didn't put in an Enduro battery. I put in one of the older batteries. So this whole live stream has been on one battery, and it's been going on for 38 minutes. And we are at 30% for the battery. So it looks like it would last about one hour per battery. Looks like that would be it. Live and direct from the Cameroons. I don't know what that one means. Yeah, someone is telling me that it's called Visa PayWave. But of course, when you use the terminal here, it doesn't say PayWave on it because MasterCard has a different name for it, right? American Express has a different name. So I don't really know what to say. When I go up to the counter, I just say, card? I'm going to pay with my card, and then I do it, because it really isn't only PayWave. Anyway, I'm not familiar with the vocabulary yet. Next comment, that Canada t-shirt seems indestructible. Yeah, I wear this all the time. I tend to find one t-shirt that fits my shoulders and everything. It just feels comfortable. The material is just right. And then day after day after day, I just end up wearing the same shirt until it's worn out, and then I get a new one. So I tend to wear just one shirt at a time. Yeah, it's a habit. Yeah, it's lasted a very long time. Okay, here's a comment. The TNG Visa is not NFC compatible. TNG NFC interferes with the Visa PayWave. As such, TNG Visa does not have an NFC chip. I guess that's true. I don't know. Like I said, the technology is all brand new to me, and the vocabulary, yeah, I don't have it straight in my head. You're not buying milk because you can't put a cow's moo in the live stream. Well, I thought about that. If I was going to buy milk, I was going to moo myself. I was going to sound like a cow. But yeah, I can't put in any sound effects. Ian Cairns writes, enjoying the live stream. Seems to be, number 3 seems to be going well. Yeah. So here I seem to be in an area with a really good mobile connection. As I talked about in the previous live streams that failed, the downtown area of Port Dickson is a mobile internet dead zone, particularly at the waterfront. There's like no mobile internet there, and I don't know why. I've noticed it on my other trips to Port Dickson. And Flea writes, it's a long weekend this week. Thai Pusam holidays. Yeah, Thai Pusam. So, long weekend. I don't think there was a big Thai Pusam holiday, like a big celebration in Port Dickson. There may have been one, but I couldn't figure out where it was taking place. So I didn't go out to look for it. But it is still a holiday weekend. So, yeah. A lot of people here for the weekend for Thai Pusam. Food suggestion. Do try the seafood restaurant over at PD Steamfish, and kangkung potato leaf is a must over there. Yeah, I'm not a big seafood eater, so I'm probably not the best person to send to have good seafood. I wouldn't appreciate it, I don't think. I don't have a lot of experience with it, but I mean, I'd be open to it. We'll see. Yeah. Okay. One couple more comments, maybe before I sign off. Your live stream knocked off earlier and Daniel's live stream came on. He just ended it as he is on a boat to Lombok. Your stream just popped up on my YouTube. So yeah, it worked out pretty well. So Daniel and I have been live streaming. I stop, he starts, he stops, I start. So I guess that worked out well. And finally, I'm not sure about indestructible. A few holes that could be repaired. Yeah, he's talking about my Canada t-shirt. And of course, before I had this neck mount, I used a GoPro chest harness. So the chest harness was under the shirt. So the GoPro mount came through these holes. And I don't know, I couldn't figure out where to cut the hole. So I would put a hole here and it wouldn't be in the right place. So I cut a hole higher, but then this one was interfering with my microphone. So I cut another hole down here lower. So anyway, yeah, my shirts are falling apart again because of a GoPro. Yeah, and then the $1 million question, are you going to ride a bicycle after this? So that question is asking me, am I going to do any bike touring around Malaysia starting now? And yeah, I think I am. I think so. My bike is ready to go. My gear is here. It's not pouring rain. I have 2 months left on my current visa. So if I start cycling like in 2 days or something like that, I can have 2 months to ride my bike before my visa expires. So yeah, I've been thinking about doing a bike tour around Malaysia. I think it would be good to do that finally. To be honest, I feel like I owe it to the people of Malaysia. People here in Malaysia have supported my channel quite a bit, and I've spent so much time in Kuala Lumpur and then going back and forth from Sumatra to KL, back to Sumatra, back to KL. And I've done a bit of traveling in Malaysia, but not very much. So I think it would be nice to finally, break free of KL. So I'm trying to decide whether I should start from Port Dickson and ride north, because the weather is good on the west coast right now. Ride up the west coast to, Penang, and then cut across to Terengganu, and that could take 2 months for me. And then I can cross the border into Thailand, spend a couple of days, whatever, a week in Thailand, come back into Malaysia, hopefully get another 90-day visa, and then go down the east coast and then loop back around to KL. So I'm trying to decide whether to go clockwise or the other way, counterclockwise. So I'm just trying to figure out the logistics. So I'm thinking pretty seriously about going on a bike ride, and the timing for the weather, for my visa, everything seems to be coming together. I think I can do a little bit of a bike ride around Malaysia. So yeah, that's what I'm thinking about. Oh, great explanation about the holes in the shirt. I would never have guessed that. Yeah, I guess it's been a while since I used the chest harness, because ever since I started using this, I like it better because the GoPro is higher. The GoPro sits up here. The chest harness, the GoPro is down low, and I don't like that perspective. And the chest harness kind of sucks in on my chest and gets kind of uncomfortable after a while. And this, I can take it off. So I don't use the chest harness very much, but I use these holes for a lavalier mic as well. So if I clip in a lavalier mic, I put the cord through the hole, underneath my shirt. So that's how that works. Just checking whether my microphone was still working, and it is. And one more comment. Do the bike tour. You owe yourself. So, yeah, I think I will. As I said, I just need to figure out, should I go south from Port Dickson, like now, down to Malacca, Johor Bahru, and then up the west coast, or up the east coast, or starting now, go up the west coast and then down the east coast. That's the way that I want to go. I think that works out better in terms of the weather, in terms of my visa. And this is a kind of a funny thing, but if you're riding along the coast, it's better to be going north, because then I'm on the left side of the road in Malaysia, so the ocean is right on my left, right? If I'm going the other way, then I'm on the far side of the road, and the road is between me and the ocean, right? So if I go clockwise, I'm always right beside the ocean. If I go counterclockwise, the road is always cutting me off. I'm between the road and the water. So I kind of want to go clockwise. I think that'll work out better. All right, visa run to Thailand sounds good. A month or two there is a good idea too. So, anyway, yeah, I think I'm going to shut down now, because this is like my third live stream in a row, and my voice is starting to wear out. And my vanilla Coke is empty. I finished it all. So anyway, thank you for everybody who joined for the live stream and left comments. And the technology, there's a learning curve. Of course, that's what I wanted to do today, kind of figure out the learning curve using the GoPro to do a live stream. And yeah, I think I learned quite a bit. And I still have like 24% battery on my phone and lots of battery left on my GoPro. So yeah, that works out well. All right, that's it. I am going to shut down the live stream and I'm going to call that a success. Yeah, there's the button there that I click. Once I hit that, it will be shutting down. Again, thank you for joining me. GoPro live streaming success. Yeah, I think that worked out really well. And yeah, if I do go cycling around Malaysia, maybe I can do live streams all the time. We'll see how that works out.